Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Retro Recap. Rob here. I just got done mastering another Atari 2600 game, and this time it is Jawbreaker, so I wanted to go ahead and get a guide and kind of a run-through up for you if you are interested in checking out some game info, tips and tricks, and achievements associated with RetroAchievements.org. So for this game, this was a old school 1981 game from the Atari 2600. It's programmed by John Harris. It's basically a Pac-Man clone. So not much more to say than that. What you are doing in this game, the objective is that you're basically in a candy factory filled with candy bars that are supposed to be like conveyor belts, basically. And you're going to have smiling faces and sliding doors that you're going to have to deal with. The object is to grab all the pellets, just like you would at Pac-Man, and get your score up. And there's a vitamin pill that appears in the middle. You grab that vitamin pill and you destroy the smiling faces to get an additional 200 points each. So all the different faces are different colors. There's actually different speeds to them, a lot like regular Pac-Man was too. So this game actually came out before the official release of Pac-Man, which is kind of weird. I never knew that. But I've really had a lot of fun with this game. It's a little unique take on it, and it's pretty fun, fast gameplay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get into the achievements and discuss those a little bit. There are a couple achievements that you need to be aware of probably before you start playing, and that's the reach level 8 in game mode 1 is probably the hardest one. That one has the highest ratio on it. The rainbow bite is another one that you need to be aware of. That one is to eat faces in Roy G. Biv order on one screen using one vitamin pill. This one's kind of deceiving because you don't have to eat all those colors in order, even though it says that. What you're doing is you're basically going to eat 3 of them in order, and they don't have to be in that exact order. So you don't have to take like red, yellow, green, blue. You can do like blue, red, green, or blue, red, yellow, which happened to me before. I don't know if that's a glitch in the achievement or if that's the way the achievement's meant to be, but it's kind of deceiving the way it's laid out. Another one that's kind of weird is Molar Menace, and we'll get to that in a bit because that one I don't think works totally correctly. So they might fix that by the time you see this video. And the other one, probably the hardest one, would be the 2,500 points or more in one game. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fire up. You're going to see my gameplay up in the top right corner. You have difficulty switches that you can switch through. Difficulty 1 is the hardest difficulty in the game. You get basically the higher number goes, the easier it gets. So right off the bat here, you're going to see that I'm going to be clearing out the right-hand side of the screen. And you also have your guys up in the left-hand corner. You get 3 guys to start with. And then at the bottom, you have your score. In the bottom right, you have the number of wave that you're currently on. So what's going on here is that I'm clearing out the right side of the board as much as possible. As you're on each tunnel, as I call them, or conveyor belt, as they say, there is a smiley face on each one of those. And those smiley faces will always come like at you if you're on the right side of the screen or left side of the screen. Sometimes they'll appear randomly on those lanes if you are going up or down. And so they can kill you instantly. And so it's kind of an RNG based thing. It's one of those annoying things that happens in Atari games. But if I'm in this lane right now with this green's going to be coming towards me. Essentially, there cannot be another face coming from the opposite direction because there's already one face currently on that lane. So that's kind of a safe spot. So what you're going to want to do is kind of grab as many as you can from one side and then make your way back the other way. And the faces shouldn't catch you in the first 3 waves. They should not catch up to you in the first 3 waves. Once we get to wave 4, then that's where red becomes a problem. And then once we get to wave 7, that's where green's going to become a problem. And I'll show you that in a bit. Green and red. Red will go super fast. Green becomes a little bit faster. It's not as fast as red. Red will be the fastest. Then yellow is probably second. And then I would say blue would be next. So what we're going for here is I get this right off the bat on this run. This is my 27,000 K run on difficulty 1. And the rainbow bite achievement is, you'll see this in a second here. I'm going to grab this pill. Right before I grab the pill, you can see that there's a blue on the left, a red in that second lane, and then a green followed by that. So when I grab the pill, I'm going to eat this blue. See, they all change red regardless, so you can't really tell which colors you're grabbing. So my suggestion for this rainbow bite achievement is just to play through the game like normal. Try to get your reach level 8 in game mode 1 first, because then a lot of times you're just going to knock out all the other achievements. In this particular run through, I think I pretty much knock out every single achievement in the entire game and get the full mastery on just this run through, but I've also put in 8 hours worth of runtime. So my final mastery time was, I think, like right around 2 hours and 45 minutes. So you should be able to do this in about 2.5 hours or so, if you get good, or even quicker than that if you're really good at it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this again. And what we'll see here is we're going to see the, let me get this back up, this footage back up. And then take that blue, and then that I'm assuming is a red. And then I'm assuming that's a green. So then we get the rainbow bite achievement. So like I said, I only ate 3 there. You just have to do an order, and you can get that achievement pretty easily. So you can see here, I'm kind of just like baiting them up to wherever lane they're in. And then if I see an open lane, I go up to that and I try to clear out one entire side and make my way back, and just keep rinsing and repeating and doing that over and over again for each board. Like any Atari game, this game gets insanely a lot harder at the higher levels because the red and the green really amp up. The green is for eat all the candy on one screen without dying, so that one's pretty easy to get. The vitamin pill appears 3 times each wave, but I found that it actually is 3 times per guy. So if you say you get 3 vitamin pills and then you die on the last vitamin pill or whatever, you'll get an additional 3 pills for that board. So you can basically farm the faces is kind of what I'm doing here. I would say the first 3 boards, if you're going for a high score, going for the 25K achievement, go ahead and just kill as many of those faces as you can and kind of ignore the dots, because they're going to be an additional 200 points per face, and that can really help you in the long run when you're going for the high score. So grab as many of these pills as you can, farm the guys. After level 3, that's a little the pill becomes way too fast, so it's really hard to eat a lot of the faces. So that's when I suggest using the pill as more of a chance to go to the other side of the board, or to clear an entire lane, or get an extra couple pellets here and there that you might have missed. Same thing here, same strategy I'm kind of using, is just going back and forth, letting them come at me and clearing off one side of the board at a time. I found this has worked the best for me personally. I don't know if other people might have patterns or things to do. I'm using the sliding doors. I'm utilizing those sometimes to get up there quickly, but the sliding doors I found to be really hard to get into. When you're pressing up or down, a lot of times they don't work properly and it won't go down, and then you're kind of stuck in that lane. And at the higher levels, when they're going super fast, they can easily catch up to you, especially the red and the green. There we had a blue that just like spawned on my lane. That can happen too a lot. We just get those random spawns on the edges like that, and you'll just die instantly. Not really much you can do there. Pearly white is finish a level without eating any faces or vitamin pills. I think that's another one that might be glitched too. This is all on encore mode. I've already gotten all these on hardcore. So that's why these are all popping up like that. But I think that's another one that might be glitched too, because as you can see, I didn't eat, I ate a bunch of faces and vitamin pills on that level, and I still got the achievement. So I don't know, there might be something wrong with that achievement. Overall, really good set though. And I mean, anything that you can, all those achievements you can easily do on this game, especially at the lower difficulty levels of difficulty 3 or difficulty 5, because the faces go much slower on those levels. On difficulty 3, I got 60,000 score on that. So if you're looking to just get high score, that one's really easy to get a high score on. So now we're on level 4, and you can see that the red is really ramped up. You don't want to be on the same lane as the red at this point. If you see a red, you kind of want to just get off that lane as fast as possible. So there was a perfect example in Molar Menace where, I'm going to rewind that just a touch here, and you're going to see here that I have, 5 pellets left after this one. I'm going to grab this vitamin pill. This is another glitch, I think. So I'm only going to grab this vitamin pill, and this achievement is for grabbing all 4 faces all at once. And I've done that a lot of times in the game. I've even got one or two times, I think I got 5 faces just randomly playing through. And And that's really, really hard to do. 4 faces is not easy to do, but you can see that I only grabbed 2 there and then cleared the board and it popped up Molar Menace there. So I think that might be another achievement that's either glitched. I tried to recreate that thinking that maybe it was like a thing that you got to the end of the board and it automatically killed the faces for you, but I'm trying to recreate it. I couldn't get it to recreate it. So I'm assuming it's just a glitched achievement. Here I'm coming up on almost 15,000. 15,000 is another achievement for Candy Crusher. That's just get a score of 15,000 points or more on any difficulty levels. All these, these score-based ones and the board clearing ones are all retroactive, so you can go back. And so you can play through on this difficulty and you'll get all the lower difficulties too. It just makes things really nice that you don't have to play through multiple difficulties. I still did anyways, just because I wanted to get high scores on the other difficulties. I have currently rank 1 on difficulty 5 and rank 1 on difficulty 3. And then I have rank 2, which is this run on difficulty 1. The current leader on difficulty 1 has about 35,000 ranked on that. And that's pretty decent score. I think the world record is 46,000 on the emulator currently on Twin Galaxy. So if you get anywhere up in the range of 30,000, that's really good. I feel like with maybe a lot more practice, I might be able to beat that. I was getting, this is one of my higher score runs, but I also just don't want to spend too much time on this game. I want to kind of get to some other games and knock out some other achievements and masteries. So we're at wave 6. You can still tolerate green. Red is really, really fast. Anytime I get into a lane, you're going to see red just cruising. You can see he's just looking for you, and he just, as soon as you go into a lane, he hits it up. So, and there's no way, he's just so fast, you can't outrun him, so you want to stay as far away from him as possible. Blue's really, really slow, so if you do get in the lane with the blue, you're okay there. You get an extra guy, and extra guy is every other wave. So it's like instead of wave 1, it's wave, 3, and then wave 5, and then wave 7. And it'll keep continuing like that. But once you get up waves to wave 8, you'll see the green and the red both go very, very fast. This is the wave that actually the green starts to ramp up. So now you can't be on a lane with either the red or the green because they will catch up to you. The ones that won't catch up to you would be the yellow and the blue right now. So, and that stays that way pretty much. Yellow can be pretty tough to deal with a little bit, but it's still doable. You can still escape both the yellow and the blue. It's just the green and the red that you just won't be able to do that anymore at this point. And that's why these higher levels get a little hard. That was really tight there, grabbing that pill. I almost got destroyed by the red. But here I'm just trying to get these last few pellets. Pretty happy at this point. I had 3 guys and I was like, oh, I'm having a great run. And of course with any Atari game, it ramps up and gets a lot harder. There's the slow wisdom tooth because that's the lowest level one, but we're gonna see here in a second that the fast wisdom tooth will come up, and that'll be the main achievement you'll have to get. That one's the hardest to get in the game. That's basically just getting to wave 8, which is the highest difficulty. This is the fastest speed, highest difficulty for the entire game because this is the highest difficulty switch. So from this point on, it's just if you can stay alive and stay alive as long as you can, then your score will go up and you'll get a high score. But after this, it doesn't slow down. It doesn't repeat. The board never changes. It's just, it is what it is at this point. For the difficulty 5, I think I got 60,000. You see I died very quickly here just because you'll get hit randomly by the red all the time, or they'll be on the sides of the boards and you'll just get screwed. You're going to use your vitamin pills more to just grab the pellets and try to get off the board as fast as possible. For every board you clear, you get an additional 500. So it doesn't hurt to do that. And also if you get to, the more boards you clear, the more extra guys you get. So if you can make it out of there without dying, you're going to get more guys. You can only have a maximum of 3 guys, by the way. So that's the maximum. So if you have 3 guys and you clear a board and you wonder why you didn't get an extra guy, that's the reason why you can only get 3 at a time. It's not like some other games where you can like stack them and get, maybe another 3 or 4 extras. So I'm at 23,000 now. It's really hoping at least I can hit 25,000 for you guys, so you guys can see that achievement. And with that achievement, it's pretty much the end of the game. The last achievement I got was a 25, and I did that on difficulty 5. But I was just doing this for fun on difficulty 1, just to see if I could get it on there too. And I managed to get, you know, pretty much all the achievements on this run. Trying to, I mean, even grabbing that, you know, that middle one there was tough with the blue coming at you. The vitamin pills go very quickly, so it's kind of risky grabbing 2 faces on some boards. And there it is. There's the Candy Conqueror. That's 25,000. And then we'll just finish this out here. There's not much left. I think, you know, I'm only going to get about 27,700, which will still give me a rank 2, but decent score. But I think I'm pretty much done with this game at this point. I think 8 hours was plenty to put into this. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm looking forward to going on to some other games and trying some more Atari games. I mean, this is like a straight up clone of Pac-Man, basically. I don't know if I actually clear this board. I might. No, I get hit by the green there. You can see the green caught me, like getting in the same lane as the green. It still managed to catch me. But there it is, 27,270. I hope you enjoy this little guide, and I just wanted to get this out there for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, let me know below. And, you know, let me know how what you thought the game, how you thought the game was, if you enjoyed it, or if you didn't enjoy it, or if you just think it's just a copy off of, you know, Pac-Man or whatever. But let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.